Right, Scopes, you just finished your part sides. Obviously a loss, but I don't think it's fair to you.
Yeah, I think we've said it too many times now, wouldn't it? But I'm a firm believer of not having excuses. I'm a firm believer of you get what you deserve, and I understand all that. And I thought we've put in a good performance today, but ultimately in that moments towards the end of the game, we've made individual errors and mistakes that have cost us the game, and where we should be game managing and we should be seeing that out and should be playing in the right areas, we've not, and ultimately give Weston an opportunity to score a couple of goals and win the game of football. So unfortunately I can't really praise the performance. I can't really talk about how well we've done and how well we've done in certain moments of the game, because in that key moment towards the end of the game we haven't been good enough. So I'll let the boys know that. I think they need to learn very quickly and need good mentality. You need to be tough and strong, and you need leaders on the pitch in them moments. And unfortunately we've got good characters and good people, but we didn't have enough leaders in their minutes, and it's really frustrating that we've lost a game in a game that we probably were in pretty much control of, since the first goal, I felt. And James made a few saves from long shots, but didn't really have a lot to do until late on, and they probably scored two and then maybe could have had another couple as well.
Yeah, and we've said a couple of times this season about luck. Probably David with a luck with a deflection to go in, but then in the second half, a couple of penalty shouts.
Yeah, I thought so. I didn't think the ref had a bad game at all, but again, in key moments we've made mistakes. But I think he's made a mistake. I think the tackle could be a red card. I have to watch it back. In all honesty, I don't think it's any malice in it, but it's high and late, really late. The ball already gone into the box. That could have been a red. It was a yellow, but then the same player pulls Manny back over the top and delays the attack, stops the counter attack, and I think Manny's in if he doesn't pull him back, and he gets a bit of a stern talking to and not a second yellow, and the same lad, and then ultimately the same lad has a bad touch and it hits him on the hand and probably just outside the box maybe, or on the line, but ultimately the referee and the linesman missed that as well, and right in their faces and right in front. So I feel disappointed in them decisions, and I do feel the lad probably should have had a second yellow card, because a pull back and stopping the lad running through is a yellow card. Yeah,
and then just looking ahead, we've got Weymouth and then St Albans in a couple of days between them. Big week ahead.
Yeah. I think all big games, aren't they? We've put ourselves in this position where every game's big and every game's pressure's on now, isn't it? We've got to try and win, and we've got to try and do that. And I think we've proved that we can compete. I think we've proved that we can, on our day, we can challenge any team since Christmas, and we've been really competitive. And I'd like to know the stats of how many times we've been winning in games and throwing them away, and that ultimately has to stop. And the only people that can, I put things in place of how we want to play late on in games. I put things in place and we tell people how we want to play. But I think they have to have some savvy. They have to have some understanding of football. And I think if you watch enough National South football like I do, and you can see teams know how to manage them last 10 minutes, and not many teams will throw them leads away, and they play in the right areas, they draw fouls, they buy time, they time waste, and they do whatever's needed to win the game of football, and we don't seem to be able to do that. And we've got some young players, and that probably doesn't help, but they need to learn really quickly. And I always believe that don't lose it before you get a chance to win it, and we've probably lost that game ourselves today, and gifted it to Weston with our actions in the last 10 minutes. So very frustrating in terms, and not the first time. So it's something we have to take on the chin, and the boys have to accept it. And if they've got anything about them, they would look in the mirror and realise that they have made them errors and mistakes and come back stronger. But we've got to learn, and we've got to learn really quickly now, because we're going to run out of games, and I'm not one for saying, we're playing really well and aren't we unlucky. That's not me. It's not what I'm about, and I want to win and I want to be competitive, and when we get in good positions like that, we need to be winning.
Yeah, and finally on Tuesday, you said about the small squads, but a few injuries today.
Yeah, a few little niggles don't help, and we had people away today that couldn't make it, which is disappointing, because they probably would have been needed, and had to go with 4 subs again, so things are a little bit tight. But Harry Beadle's on the mend a little bit, but we're going to have to reassess. Alfie Lewis has been sick, and so he was unable to start today and coming back, and it's the nature of it, and we have to accept that. And like I say, I won't make excuses for that, but it doesn't help having the 4 subs, but that's part of my responsibility as well, and something I'd need to look at over the next few weeks. Got a free week, but we go into a busy, 6 games, isn't it, in Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Monday, Saturday, Monday. So we're going to need a few bodies maybe in the building to try and help us and get through that.
Perfect. So, have a good weekend.
Thank you.